If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the GMS show, man. How y'all feeling? Yes, man, I'm like a couple minutes late. I'm like 5 minutes late or so, a couple minutes, it's all good. It's all good as long as y'all pulling up. What's going on? Running with Fog, man, or Running the Fog. Stiller Lee is in the building. Queen Kel's in the building. What's going on, GMS fam? Make sure y'all tap into the live chat and make sure you hit that like button on the way in. We are back with another one, man. I got to make sure that y'all keep up with what's going on. And if y'all have been keeping up and y'all just want to come over here to talk about it, this is the space to do so over here at the GMS show, man. So make sure you do your due diligence up in the chat. I see you, King Lukey, my Minnesota brethren. What's going on, man? I got my GMS jersey on today. We real affiliated around here, man. We affiliated with peace and positive energy and love and doing everything we got to do to succeed out here, man. We trying to push forward out here in life, man. Shout out to Glittery Bubbles. I see you, Marcus X, man. What's going on? Let's get it. Yes, I'm gonna be here today and I'll be here tomorrow, man. So make sure y'all pull up. We really gonna turn up the lives, man. We gonna make sure that we utilize this platform the right way, man. I'm gonna keep pulling up and keep giving y'all content over here, man. We doing a lot more things than just talking about subjects, man. Y'all gonna see a lot more on this channel. So I hope y'all support, man. I really do. Now, let's get into today, man. The ultimate beef. If you had to go through beef in life, and beef was like, what's the World of Warcraft, and you had to play World of Warcraft, the beef version, the hip hop beef version, the final boss would be 50 Cent. There's nobody else that could compare. The final boss would be 50 Cent, and I guarantee you he'd be the hardest boss to fight. There's a 99.9% chance. Matter of fact, 99.999999999.5% chance that you are going to succeed. It doesn't matter how much you level up your armor. It doesn't matter how many different styles of weapons and upgrades you have. It doesn't matter the special abilities that you may possess. It will not go down for nothing. 50 Cent is undefeated. He is unbeatable. And if I had to give anybody any advice in this industry, do not go up against 50 Cent. Don't do it. It will not work. It doesn't matter how confident you are in yours. 50 went against his own seed. They use the Jordan meme where, you know, you see Jordan sitting there smiling in black and white, and the feed says "F them kids." 50's the original. He's the OG of that. He's the one that put foot to mouth when when you see that phrase. Hey man, do not go up against 50 Cent. He don't care who you are. He will make sure he tries to demolish you if you go against him or if you disrespect him in any kind of way. We've seen it countless times over the years, and he's still going. And now it is making its rounds that he is beefing with none other than Big Meech. You all know the leader of BMF, man. Big Meech was somebody who was a kingpin in the streets. Sold a lot of dope, ran a lot of plays, became a hood damn near billionaire. He ended up getting locked up for several years. The story of Big Meech lived on for years and years after that. Nobody really let his name die. He was always somebody whose name rang synonymous in the culture. And then all of a sudden, 50 Cent decided to get involved with the story of Big Meech and his brother, Terry Flannery. And he decided to create a show called BMF. Now, BMF stars Big Meech's actual son, Lil Meech. And the series was good. I think it started to veer off once they started to make they started to make it action-packed. The day I seen Lil Meech get into a shootout on the show, and they had him back up, or somebody backed up into a car where he leaned out the door and grabbed a gun off the fucking ground and started shooting at niggas. I said, oh yeah, they trying to make this into some James Bond ass shit. They make it an action-packed BMF story. It's loosely based off of Big Meech's life. I said, goddamn. He was doing all types of shit. But nonetheless, it was a good series, man. And here we are today. They are beefing. Now, it's no secret that 50 has astronomical beef with the likes of different notable individuals in the game, whether it be the Ja Rules of the world or Jay-Z's or anything like that. But one real main cooperative in this is none other than Rick Ross. We all know that him and Rick Ross do not get along. They had a long-standing beef that just goes back so long. There's so many horrendous things that happened early on in this beef that I know these guys will never, ever come to reconciliation. But nonetheless, Big Meech was released from prison recently, and the first thing he did was start to connect with people. And one of the people that he connected with, as of recently, is Rick Ross. Rick Ross is going to be performing at Big Meech's big celebration that he's going to be having, his welcome home party that has a long list of people that's going to be there. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys the list right now. So this is Big Meech's, let me go ahead and move myself out the way. This is Big Meech's Welcome Back Legacy concert that will feature artists of the likes of Lil Baby, Rick Ross, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Kodak Black, 42 Doug, ESTG, Moneybag Yo, Boss Man D-Lo, T Grizzly, Babyface Ray, Icewear Vezo, Skilla Baby, PZ, Payroll Giovanni, YTB Fat, Tay B, Boosie, and Young Scooter. Now they say more artists to be added to this flyer, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty lit concert. No, don't you agree? You see a list like this, you say, hey, it's going to be, this looks like it's going to be fun. And matter of fact, I hope that a lot of these guys did this pro bono, because a lot of these guys do reference him in their music or even look up to this guy. I mean, what would you really want to do besides try to do something that's more charitable than bringing home somebody that you revere? But I'm not going to say I revere the guy. I'm not no street guy. I'm not somebody that looks up to street guys either. You know what I'm saying? I don't look up to anybody that has contributed in the demise of our community. But I don't know what he has done. All I know is that I see what we see in documentaries. I can't really, say he's a bad guy today. We don't know if he has reformed himself and has a whole new mindset and only wants to do legit business from now on. I mean, I will hope so, since he has the doors open to him to try to do things when it comes to interviews and story. He can get rich just off doing interviews. If all Big Meech wanted to do was go around and do interviews for the rest of his life, he would make a nice little bag off that. I'm only assuming. So this was announced, and like I said, 50 and Rick Ross have beef. Now, I'm thinking that these guys had a solid relationship, due to, the fact that 50 is doing a story on his life or putting himself out there and actually helping his son as well, putting him in a position to succeed out here in a legitimate route and use the family name for something good and something positive. You would think that these guys had a really good relationship. They did take a picture when Big Meech was released. There's a picture of 50 and Big Meech together. I don't know if you guys have seen that as well, but it's out there. So you would assume that these guys had somewhat of a good relationship. Do I think that Big Meech owes 50 loyalty because he did a show based on his life? I don't know. But it'd be one thing for me to feel some type of way if he just did a show and had some actors in there and was doing it basically on his life. It's like, okay, thank you for doing that. That's dope. Thank you for involving me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for considering that shit. But I don't owe you loyalty as a friend because we're not friends. We're, at this point, business partners. I don't owe you any type of loyalty to not be around people you don't like because you don't like them. If they coming through with a bag or with opportunities, nigga, I just got out of prison doing a whole... how long was Meech in prison? Meech was in prison for a long time. Let that man get out and touch all the bags he can. But there is a sense of loyalty when somebody puts your son, your seed, into the foil and decides that he wants to put him in a position to succeed in life going down the entertainment or acting route, in Hollywood, getting opportunities to do things, to make a bag on his own and make a name of his own. I would think that the least you could do is at least hit 50 and be like, hey, man, I know you don't fuck with this nigga Ross, but he just hit me and said he had an opportunity, say he had a bag for me to do something. He want to do this and that. I'm just letting you know he ain't got to get permission as a grown-ass man. He ain't got to have the okay. He ain't got to have a yes or no from 50. He could have the courtesy to be like, hey, I know you niggas don't fuck with each other, but he brought this to me. He brought this opportunity to me. I'm going to go ahead and do that, get my bag, and it is what it is. So when you see a picture pop up of me and this guy, don't be surprised, don't be confused, and we can move on from there. So that's just how I feel about it. And I don't know how anybody else feels about it in the chat, but I just know that there's a certain courtesy that goes along with building solid relationships with people, especially when beef is involved or when there's problems between individuals. Now, of course, they posted a picture together. That shit went viral. People were like, damn, why is Big Meech with Rick Ross? There was even a video of Terry Flannery up there with Rick Ross, Meech's brother. They taking videos together at an award show or somewhere out in public. Then there's a picture of Terry Flannery with Supreme McGriff's son. And for those that don't know, 50 and Supreme McGriff have historically not liked each other. Supreme was allegedly the guy that tried to get 50 killed. The reason why 50 got shot 9 times. That's allegedly. We don't know. But here we are talking about these instances today and what they mean. And I honestly feel like 50 is one of those people that he has been through a lot, whether it be the streets or the music industry, where his trust is very minimal. His trust is very light. So once you do something, you become his instant enemy. Unless you correct that fault, you're going to be his enemy for life. I think that's just how 50 moves. He doesn't give anybody any breathing room to disrespect him or to cross him. That's just how I feel. Let me read some of y'all messages before we keep going. Glittery Bubble said, we don't get no BMF this year. Shit, if he's calling Big Meech a rat, I would doubt Lil Meech would want to work with 50. If he really loves and respects his father, regardless if he feels he's right or not, that's your dad. You gonna ride with your dad. King Lukey said 50 a baby. Subliminal said, why would Meech team up with Rick Ross anyway? I don't know. That's a good question. What up, Roz Mix? What's going on, brother? Hurricane, what's going on? Subliminal says, I am washed in because I know about 4 names on the list and only one I'd want to see perform. A lot of these guys are notable names, you know, Lil Baby, Rick Ross, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Kodak Black, 42 Doug, EST, Moneybagg Yo, all these guys. Boosie. I don't know why Boosie's name is so low on the list, though. I will say, Boosie's name being one of the last two at the bottom of a list of performers at this thing, that's to me, that's a little disrespectful. I would have Boosie's name before Boss Man D-Lo and then have it go from there. I get the other names because everybody's like really relevant, like music wise. Boosie isn't relevant music wise as far as like putting out new music and putting out new albums that are hitting in the public like that, or like topping the charts or whatever the case may be. He's more. It's not like people don't know he's a rapper, but he's more famous today for having a social media presence. Of course, Boosie makes music. Of course, the people that love his music are gonna listen to everything he drops. He drops frequently, but a lot of people that follow Boosie on social media don't follow him for new music drops. But nonetheless, he's still a very popular figure. They shouldn't have him that low on that list. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Glittery says, Meech got to work with Ice-T on his show with the same monotone lines. Glittery Bobo said, why aren't there any OGs on the lineup? If he's such a street star, half these little niggas don't know who the Flinneries are. Sexy Red came out and said she wanted to perform for free. I think that's a big reason why she got on the list. And yeah, you're right. I mean, I think this should feature a lot of the early 2000s artists, a lot of the people we revered in our time. You know what I'm saying? Like the only really OGs on here that you can say are OGs is Boosie and Rick Ross. Everybody else has been relevant for the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm talking about just as a whole. If you put the last 10 years of music together, these people's names will come up all the way up until recent time with like Sexy Red and everything like that. So, I don't know. They trying to bring a lot of people out. I think it still would have happened either way just because it's a Big Meech Welcome Back Legacy concert. And a lot of people want to just be a part of the moment. So I'm pretty sure it was going to sell out regardless. But, hey, man, it is what it is. Subliminal said, if it's true that he's really a last-minute rat, then he knows nothing about loyalty or courtesy. Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. It's a very intricate story, you know. So 50, first he posted this to his Instagram. Keep water. Shout out to Lavish Papers. He posted this to his Instagram. He said, I think I'm Big Meech with a rat as the cover. The caption reads, the biggest mistake he ever made was not sustaining his relationship with Tammy Cohen. Her tell-all docu reveals the truth. So here he is, insinuating that Big Meech is a rat. And then he also, right after that, posted a video.
Hey, yo, man, I'm hearing already some people was pulling out of that concert. Yeah, on February 13th, that Big Meech was having. You heard? I know Little Baby ain't performing, right? Yeah, he said he ain't fucking with Gunna no more because Gunna a rat. I know he ain't performing that Big Meech shit. Yeah, 50 on the internet calling this nigga a rat. Talking about Tammy Cowan. This shit didn't grew some legs. Yeah, from when we was on the internet a few months ago talking about, yo, how Cuffy get indicted, how the Migo get indicted, and Meech ain't get indicted, blah, blah, blah. This shit done grew some legs since then. Yeah, because if Tammy then told 50 and... Yo, 50, let me narrate this shit, B. Let me narrate this shit. Let's get to that, yeah.
New York niggas are the funniest motherfuckers on earth, nigga.
New York niggas, let's get to that, yeah. Who's going to this concert? I said I want to. Who's going to this concert still? Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Sean with the 15 in the Cash App, man. I appreciate you so much for supporting the GMS show already. Like I say, every show, man, y'all can support in a big way by sending those super chats, or you can donate to the GMS show via Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Chime, however you want to do it. The description below has all that information in it. Let me know what you got going on. Sean Mims with the $4.99 in the super chat. I appreciate you, brother. Much love and respect to you, man. I really, really appreciate y'all that support us in big ways like that, man. That's big. It don't matter what it is, whether it be $5, $15. the fact that you donate, man, is really dope. So I appreciate you and all the gratitude and respect. That's why we're going to keep turning up on these lives and be here more often during the weeks talking about everything. You feel me? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to the GMS fam. Now, 50 posted this as well with the caption that read, the funny shit is they was saying Lil Baby pulled up on them in a Ferrari truck, pocket full of money, and didn't give them nothing. Lil Baby was 5 when you got indicted. What the F he owe you? The concert for cops and confidential informants. Man. Now let's get to it, man, because I want this to be explained to you guys. Now, Supreme McGriff's son, Supreme McGriff Jr., responded to 50 Cent calling Big Meech a rat and ending the BMF series over his affiliations with people that he does not like. You know, I do want to know this question. Matter of fact, I want to ask y'all. Maybe I should I do it? I'm gonna do a poll. Let me do a poll. We're gonna do a poll. How about that? Let's do that. We're gonna do a poll. I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna get y'all interactive with this chat today. I see y'all in here. Y'all really pulled up, but I'm gonna get y'all to interact in the chat instead of putting yes or no's. We gonna click buttons today. We gonna make sure y'all awake. Shout out to everybody in here today right now too. By the way, man, I don't disregard y'all, man. Shout out to y'all that's in here and pulling up to the chat. We gonna make sure y'all get in line with the poll real quick. Give me 1 second. Here's the question. Would 50, gotta type this shit out, would 50 be calling Big Meech a rat if he wasn't around the ops? Yes or no? Yes or no? Answer the question. We're going to get y'all interactive with the chat today, man. Go ahead and type in that interactive chat. I'm going to keep that up while we talk about this subject. But Supreme McGriff's son responded to 50 Cent. Listen to what he had to say while holding up a bottle of Bel Air.
Heavy on the Bel Air. Shout out me. Shout out Terry. You mad at Terry. You mad at me. You mad at this one. You mad at Stars. You mad at... Bro, bro, nobody don't owe you no loyalty. Yo, y'all niggas did business. The money was made. We moving on. Niggas is moving on from you, bro. You not the big homie. What are you talking about, man? Me, salute, man. Do your thing. Throw your parties. Get right. Get money, man. Yo, oh, now he's a rat. Now he's a rat. You knew all this shit before all this shit happened. You still want to stop it, man. Yo, listen, man. This dude is being exposed, and a lot is going down, man. There's a lot about to unfold in the next 2-3 months, man. I know everything, bro. I got all the inside scoops. I know everything that's going on behind the scenes. Niggas already been put me on to what the man. Listen, man. Either get down or lay down, man. Get with the winning team, baby.
I don't know about that. It seems like 50's been winning for a long time. A lot of niggas be seeming like they delusional when it comes to 50 Cent, nigga. Like, I don't know what niggas be thinking. I don't think 50 ever called himself the big homie or nothing like that for anybody, but yeah, like I said, you can try. This is what I told you. There's a lot of niggas out here that think they confident enough to go up against 50, and then they go up against 50, and then they find out the final boss is hard to beat. You know, you can laugh as much as you want in the videos. You can say you know about all this awesome shit. That's another thing I hate when niggas do, man. I hate when niggas be like, oh, man, I know about some shit, man. Give it a couple weeks, man. Give it a couple months, man. Some shit gonna come out. I know all this shit. I know everything. Just say it. What are you waiting on? Just say it. What's supposed to be happening? Then on top of that, let's say you leave it up for perception of what it might be. So if you think something finna happen or you think some shit finna come out, let's just say there's some allegations that come out against 50. Nigga, you just gave it away that you might be somebody that set this shit up. Talking about you know about some shit. Cause I don't know nothing that'll have 50. Like 50 is one of those rare people you can't cancel. It's like 50 Cent, Dave Chappelle, and Boosie. You can't. Those are the three people you can't cancel these niggas. There's no way. Like, who else? There's like a fraternity of niggas in society that you just cannot cancel no matter what they do. Who else, man? I got 50, Boosie, and who's the third guy I just said? I just forgot that quick. Name some people that can't get canceled, man. It's ridiculous to me that people still try till this day. Now there's more going on here. You know, they got explanations going up. I gotta show y'all this picture though. Somebody posted this, and I want to know what y'all think about this real quick. Let me hold on. Let me read some of y'all comments. Subliminal said Boosie being last is crazy work, and I corrected myself. I know about 6. I only know. Yeah, all right. Hurricane said, where Jeezy at? Staying far away from this shit. This nigga got his own problems working out. Jeannie might calling the police when he pull up and she pulling up trying to find her clothes and find her belongings in a house that don't belong to her. She calling the police talking about, I just need this. I just need to make sure this. He didn't even do nothing to it. He just called the police, man. That's such a weaponized thing for people, man. Let me call the police because my black baby dad, who's a gangster rapper, is not letting me get my things. Marquis says 50 about to do Griselda Blanco series. Smizzy Smart, what's going on? He said 50 would have eventually brought it up. It's a big topic online ever since Meech was supposed to be free. Yeah, that was like one of the first things that came out when he got free, like the day of. Marquise, what's going on? He said, I'm at work delivering your packages, man. Hey, shout out to all the delivery workers, man. Show more love to the delivery workers, man. They make sure they get your shit to you when you need it. Hurricane JW, what's going on? He said, Quentin Tarantino, okay. Oh, yeah, Dave Chappelle. That's what I said, Dave. Ye, yep, Ye cannot be canceled. Ye is, there's never going to be a time where Ye gets canceled by anybody. I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't think that's possible at all. Marquis said Trump, yeah, no. Yeah, that's automatic. Glittery Bubble said apparently Musk ass can't get canceled. That nigga is like roaches. Oh yeah. Nah, he did a whole Nazi salute and he's still out here getting praised. So there's only a small group of people, man. There's only a small group of people that cannot get canceled, and those is the people. Like, you count on one fucking hand. Now, here's a post that somebody made. I want to know what y'all think of this. It says, Big Meech is another example of why 50 is the way he is. All them years he gave Lil Meech a platform, his first millions, and then he snaps a pic with Rick Ross and Terry, snaps pics with Supreme Son. All good BMF might be off TV. All good BMF might be off TV soon, and honestly, good. Well, like I was saying, I would feel in my heart of hearts that if while I'm locked up and I can't do nothing to help support my child, that somebody came through and did that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I didn't ask them to do so. They did it because they wanted to do it. 50 could have really got anybody. 50 could have got any light-skinned nigga with braids or a taper to do, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you could really find somebody to play that part, but he gave Lil Meech an opportunity to do that, and Lil Meech did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He did the acting classes, he put in the work, and he made sure he did the shit the legit way. So I do feel like there is a sort of loyalty that should be there. It's not saying that you got to bend backwards for 50, but at least the least you can do is not be buddy shoulder to shoulder with somebody who hates this nigga, and they both hate each other. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. There is, so when Supreme McGriff is talking about nobody owes you loyalty, you're telling on yourself. You're telling on yourself. You're telling people that you're the type of person where somebody could help you in any kind of way. Anybody could be there for you or put you on, or even help your family and put them on. And you'll be the type to say, I don't give a fuck about that person. I'm going to go, the bag is more important to you than your integrity. That's all I'm saying. Now, this is a video here that's going to explain a little bit what's going on. Let me pause this music so y'all can be able to hear it. Here's a video basically explaining the beef between 50 Cent and Big Meech. Shout out to Culture Decoded. This is the video by them, free speech, or free use, free or whatever, fair use, whatever you got to say. Here we go.
The beef between 50...
Holy, that shit's loud as fuck. All right, let's go.
50 Cent and Big Meech is officially on. Snitch accusations, corrupt federal officers, murder charges. You would think it was a movie, but it's not. When Big Meech appeared in a video with 50 Cent's longtime rival Rick Ross, the internet knew 50 wouldn't hesitate to respond. The same way he did when Southwest T, co-founder of BMF, did the same exact thing not too long ago. And because of this, 50 is looking to do more than respond. It seems like he's looking to end the name and credibility of Big Meech and possibly all of BMF. 50 Cent decided to respond with an Instagram post hinting at the idea of a documentary focusing on a woman named Tammy Cohen's. You may not know who Tammy Cohen's is, but she's definitely an important figure in all of this. She's CEO of BMF Entertainment, Big Meech's company. She had power of attorney for Big Meech when he was in jail, and she's one of the executive producers of the BMF series on Starz. So here's where it gets crazy, because Tammy has been accused of working with Big Meech to set up other members of BMF to get his sentence reduced. So it seems to me that 50 Cent is setting up to do an expose documentary on how Big Meech set up other members of BMF to get out of jail early. But how is that possible? Because technically, Big Meech served his entire sentence. Well, let me explain. There's a man named Dion Cuffy Gatlin. He's the former head of the St. Louis chapter of BMF and a crucial member of the team. He's currently serving a 27-year sentence for 2 murders and drug trafficking. He claims that Big Meech is the reason he's behind bars. Cuffy and Meech's relationship go back to the 90s. At one point, Cuffy paid $250,000 for rights to the BMF entertainment arm. That's movies, that's television, and all of that. That's when Cuffy and 50 Cent's relationship started. So the question is, where did everything go wrong? Well, Cuffy claims Meech introduced him to Tammy Cohen's, who eventually convinced him to buy 100 kilos of cocaine from a source that Meech recommended. Yeah, Meech was still moving coke while he was locked up. He alleges that Tammy was an informant and Meech was aware of this, and the deal went south and he was eventually arrested. He alleges that this deal would have got Meech out of jail several years ago, but the evidence from this arrest
Why did music get all menacing?
became inadmissible in court because Tammy was having an affair with the DEA agent Keith Cromer handling the investigation. So the evidence was thrown out. And if that's true, it means that Big Meech set up his brother and didn't even get out of jail for it. Side note, Rick Ross is definitely a chess player. Even after 50 Cent made millions for Lil Meech and his family and he set them up for a career in TV and film, Rick Ross was still able to slide in and make his presence known. We don't understand the ins and outs of exactly why it played out like this, but I can assure you money is at the heart of it.
Damn. Now, HM3, what's going on? He said, I mean, Meech didn't grow up with 50 and 50 came to them about the show, and in the end, they both got paid from it. It wasn't a charity from 50, and 50 can't tell another boss who to kick it with. Hey, I respect that too. Like I said, I don't feel like if there was any other situation where he just put some shit together and did a story loosely based on, you know, his life, the business is there, they did business. I agree with that part. If we did business together, it was business. We not homies like that. We didn't come up together. We didn't share no plates together. We don't know each other's family. Like, I don't owe you loyalty like that. But there, like I said, there is a level of it that you should be able to at least consider when somebody does something for your child. That's the separation from it. So I think that it'd be different if Lil Meech wasn't the actor of BMF, if he wasn't the lead actor, if he wasn't portraying his father. But at the end of the day, he incorporated the family so much for them to touch a bag. You would think that the least you could do is not post up with Rick Ross. But I mean, people have different views of what loyalty and what, you know, respect looks like. You know what I'm saying? We all don't have the same views on that. But nonetheless, somebody that used to be in BMF, a former BMF member, Blue Da Vinci, he was a rapper, still is, I believe. But he was on Cam Capone's show, and he talked about the BMF situation with Big Meech and how he used Tammy Cohen's for third-party cooperation. Let's watch this, fair use. I'm also going to put this up here so we can avoid certain copyright infringements.
Yeah, I got Cuffy right here, man, St. Louis legend. You know what I'm saying? And I know people heard me speak about Meech's paperwork situation with the last interview that we had, and a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say. They don't believe it, Blue's hating. You know what I'm saying? And when I went back and I looked at everything, I was like, you know what, bro? It's only right and only one way to really do it, you good? Only one way to really do it and just let Dog speak for itself. So I wanted him to call in, and this is him calling in during the interview. Go ahead, Cuff, man. You can introduce yourself and take the flow.
Hello, what's up, man?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know, a lot of people, man, is thinking that this thing is made up or this thing is fake or that I have an axe to grind. You feel me?
Right.
But I'm in here with a 27-year sentence based on Demetrius Flannery, as you all know as Big Meech, and Tammy Cowens, known in the paperwork as CS1.
Right.
Confidential source 1. So what Big Meech did was called a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Cowens signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut, plain and simple.
Right. So
Okay, so can you break down the story? Like, how do you know this? And how'd you come upon this information?
how do you know? How do you came upon this information, though?
We were rewarded what's called a Franks hearing. It's based on a case called U.S. versus Frank. So I would implore your listeners to look the case up. And what a Franks hearing entails is that you're able to cross-examine your accusers, meaning government agents, meaning informants, and so on and so forth, just like a regular trial. So this was testified in court.
Period. Point blank.
This was testified in court that I became a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut.
That's what was said on the stand, bro. The lady became a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut. But I think people would ask a question of this, though. This is what I got hit with a lot is, all right, then if he did it to get a time cut, then how come he still did all that time in jail?
Well, what they don't understand is that he never received the time cut because what came out was that she had an illicit sexual relationship with Special Agent Keith Cromer.
Special
So this
Agent
was her
Keith
DA
Cromer.
handler. But her first DA handler was the guy, as you should know, Blue, who wrote the BMF indictments.
Now y'all remember Fannie Willis, right? Y'all remember Fannie? She was throwing that Fannie around. Let me just tell you something, man. This shit is not uncommon. A lot of people need to understand when you get locked in a room with somebody for so long, or you work with people for so long, and you be in rooms with people for so long, and a lot of people like try to put it synonymous with cheating and already, label people as being in relationships. I mean, a lot of times people aren't. A lot of people are just single individuals working in these fields, and they just be fucking on their coworkers, man. And that should be happening all the time. All the time. And they know, the thing about it is, it's gonna happen at some point, but the reason why they need to be discreet about it and why it gets so much attention when it does happen is because it can ruin cases and ruin situations that people have been working hard for. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll have people that are on a legal team working hard on a case, and all of a sudden, because these two motherfuckers on either side started fucking, now all of a sudden they got to dismiss a case that y'all been working months on and been trying y'all hardest to get out the way, and now all of a sudden y'all got to get it dropped because two people was too horny. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. I know a lot of y'all know about that, but some people they still get shocked by things like that. I never get shocked when I hear that type of shit.
Right.
Special Agent Jack Harvey.
Special Agent Jack Harvey is the person that locked us all up, who's also the person that locked up Terry White, which was her first case as a DEA agent. And then he retired. He retired after he got them 60 years.
Yeah, he retired, and then her handler became a brother by the name of Keith Cromer, Special Agent Keith Cromer, who was also fired behind this particular case. So Meech never received the time cut because, unbeknownst to a lot of people, it's against the law to have a sexual relationship or any personal relationship with a government informant.
This how it happened. Somehow, some way, because I don't know how, she met Special Agent Jack Harvey. You could leave that up to question. How did Big Meech's personal assistant / the person that handles all this business / the person that owns BMF Entertainment to this day since 2008.
Special Agent Jack Harvey. She put her with Harvey.
So now she meets Special Agent Jack Harvey, and then she starts working for Special Agent Jack Harvey, but not for the Meech case. It was for a whole nother case first. It was for Terry White. But once that case went well, okay, and once that went past and Terry White got his 30 years, Special Agent Jack Harvey retired. But now she was ready to go do the case for Meech and help get Meech his time cut.
Honey Harrison said, this is not gonna end well. No, it's not. This doesn't look too good for Big Meech right now. King Lukey said, Murder Inc. for life. G-Unit was never a music mega machine like Murder Inc. was. Sorry. Hey, man, King Lukey, man, I love you, bro, but I respectfully disagree. I mean, I disagree so much. G-Unit was a monster machine. They weren't a mega machine. They were a monster machine. Now, I'm not discrediting Murder Inc. because Murder Inc. had a great run. Murder Inc. took over the industry for a while. They took over music for a while. But when I tell you G-Unit completely Godzilla stomped all over Murder Inc. and their conglomerate and in each individual part of that entire group. I'm sorry. Murder Inc. I with all due respect, if there was a versus battle between G-Unit and Murder Inc., G-Unit would win by a landslide. There was a lot of hits, man. Ja Rule, he was a hit maker. Great artist, but sorry, nigga, I'm G-Unit all the way, nigga. I wanted to rock a G-Unit tank top with some G-Unit shorts and G-Unit shoes, nigga, and a headband and a spinning G-Unit chain at one point. So I'm biased. I'm biased. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Justin Furlow, what's going on, man? Smizzy Smart said 50 goes by street values and terms. He's militant. You can't get money with me and go rock with my enemies on the street. You can get killed for that. Yeah, and a lot of people would think that that's the wrong way to think due to the fact that this is just business, but at the same time, people get killed in this business as well. So, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily have to be street shit. You're absolutely right. Infinite, what's going on? Zane Vicious, what's going on? Let's keep listening because Blue has some things to say.
So now when Meech came up, it was a new person that came on, and his name was what's his name again, big homie?
Special Agent Keith Cromer.
Special Agent Keith Cromer is the new special agent after Jack Harvey retired. Now he's her handler.
I want to say for the record, you can say that this don't make sense. You can disagree with me. That is fine. This is just how I feel. This is how I look at it. All right. Full disclaimer: I am not a street nigga. I don't claim the streets. I don't claim none of that shit. I don't talk about none of that shit. Even if I did some fuck shit in the past, I would never in my life speak on that shit. I want to say this. Regardless of how you feel, this is the new age form of snitching. When niggas get on the internet and do these shows and these interviews and start speaking on situations or start speaking on other people's lives and confidential informant shit, fucking federal shit, government shit, cases, paperwork, that regardless of how you feel, I feel like that's a new age of snitching, because if your whole premise on snitching is just people talking and people giving out information or volunteering information, and you supposed to be a nigga from the streets. Now, it's one thing if civilians is out here talking about the shit, but when niggas from the streets do this shit, I just be like, what? Like, you could tell these be the niggas that can't wait to say something. They can't wait to open their mouth and talk. Now, I get it. People want to hear certain things about certain people, and they want to, dispel people's gangster and their life and the things that they've done in the streets by hearing that they were informants or hearing that they were rats and they got paperwork and shit like that. But it's just weird to me how the whole thing could be about snitching, but then when you hear people talk about these things on interviews, they be so very detailed. They be going to super lengths, calling people, getting information over here and telling the intricacies of all these different details of people's lives. To me, it's just new age snitching. All right. It don't mean that these people are out here trying to get people arrested or trying to get people jammed up. But it's just, to me, the new age of snitching now, when people go on these interviews and do shit like this.
And they engulfed in a personal relationship, sexual,
what up,
however
Promico?
they called it in the court. And through that relationship, it tainted the case, and it was dishonorable at that point. They had to throw that out. That's why Meech didn't get out. So now you pose the question of why is my big homie Cuff still in jail? And go ahead, Cuff, you can let them know why, how that happened.
From that conspiracy, indicted me on 2 murder charges. Subsequently, I pled guilty to 2 gun charges in exchange for them dropping the murder charges.
Now, how did they? Hold on, let me ask this for
How'd
you.
they set you up?
Hold on, let me ask this for you right quick. How did they get you on something that was totally different from the case that Meech and them had you in a wiretap for?
Out of a totally different, nothing to do with the drug conspiracy, but they falsely accused it as being a part of the drug conspiracy, and then they brought about the gun charges as using the gun charges in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime.
This call is from a federal prison.
Okay, and did they hit you with a superseding indictment or just?
They superseded me.
So they came out of that case that y'all was in court for and hit you with a whole brand new case that had nothing to do with that at all.
Didn't have nothing to do. Yeah, it still had something to do with that. They still let the drug conspiracy stand between Tammy Collins and myself.
Oh.
She started. That's the only way that they can continue to have jurisdiction. They had to leave the drug. They had to leave the drug charges there.
Oh, see, I thought that they said, all right, well, this case is over, but we
pick up murder charges or gun charges unless it's tied to something. If it's not tied to anything, then the government don't have jurisdiction. So carjacking has to be tied to something. To have a gun charge of using a 924C, as I have, or 924J.
G. Oh, J.
You
Right.
feel me? Discharging a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime that results in death.
Right.
Interesting.
How did Meech have information on you and give it to Tammy, and how did all that come together where they were able to, put
He
all
said,
that
how
together?
did Meech have information on you and give it to Tammy so you could get caught up in it? How did that happen? So that means you got to go back to the movie.
Okay, so, well, let me take them back. So, me and Tammy were working on the BMF movie. I originally had the script and paid for the script for the BMF movie, not the show that 50's doing on Stars. But I originally paid for the script for the BMF movie, so we were shopping the movie.
So Tammy was involved at that time, which is CS1. So
Tammy Collins, CS1, had all Meech life rights.
right. And what year was that?
This all the way back in 2010.
Okay. So
We
this.
proved that there was a legitimate business.
Right.
Legal business.
Right.
So, well, so let's take it back. The original target was the guy by the name of Fidel Suarez. That was a Mexican cartel member out of California. He was the initial target.
Right. Fidel Suarez was the initial target
That's
out
why
of
his
Cali.
name is in the paperwork.
Right. That's
Tammy was trying to get Suarez.
Oh, Meech and Tammy was trying to get Suarez.
Exactly. But when the government found out she was in contact with me, they switched the investigation toward me.
Damn.
Bad work, my nigga. Bad work. It's just bad work.
Exactly.
Did she help
we
set
try to
you up
educate
or
your
anything
audience
like that?
on what's called third-party cooperation, and that's what we've been preaching because that's the dirty little secret.
He just
All right, so as you heard him say, investigation got switched around on him when they found out that he was involved with this Tammy Cohen or involved with somebody that had to do with the case. Now, Tammy Cohen's is the woman who gave a statement against the guy that is on the phone right now. And the way that worked, and the reason why people are calling Big Meech a rat or a snitch is because apparently he was the guy that gave her information to use against this guy to put him away. And they call that third party cooperation because he did that to try to get a lighter sentence or to help, I believe it was to help his brother or whatever it was, to help some sort of situation that he was in. And it didn't help. Now, I got to ask y'all a question. Can somebody be labeled a snitch who did their time? Or can somebody be labeled a snitch who snitched to get out of doing time? Like, is it worse Like, is there worse when it comes to snitching? Like, when somebody snitches on somebody, if you are, let's say he's 5 niggas involved in a crime, 2 niggas snitch on the other 3, and they get either lighter sentences or they get put on probation and don't have any jail time. Those guys are snitches. But if you're somebody who went to jail or went to prison behind his crimes, you got represented by a lawyer, you did what you could, it didn't work, you went to prison, somehow some situation came up, you gave some information about something, somebody else got locked up, but you continued to serve your time. Does that make you like less of a snitch, or does that just make you like a lightweight snitch? Somebody help me with terminology. I need to understand the street rules better. I need to know. But we're gonna keep going. We're gonna finish this up.
All right, look, did she help set you up or anything like that?
Yeah, she set me up.
Bro, I broke all that down on our last interviews, bro. Listen, all right, let me explain to you what this lady did, man. She went to the police. All right, she went on a visit or something with Meech and got a play to run. Look, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. She left from up there talking to him and went to the police and said, look, I'm supposed to go do this and go do that and do this and do that. I told y'all we finna run the play. And they gave her the phones or whatever to hook up the wiretap. They gave her the hot phones to wiretap who she was talking to. And then she started communicating with everybody on this wiretap phone, bro.
Exactly.
That's how she did it.
With Jack Harvey. Meech put her with Special Agent Jack Harvey.
Where can people find this paperwork?
All right, look, this is where you can find the paperwork. Type in Tammy Cowan's CS1.
YouTube.
On YouTube. No, on Safari. Not on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
On Safari. I'm just sending to the actual docket. Nah, forget YouTube. Okay. I'm sending them to the docket.
Uh-oh.
The docket is public information. If you type in Demetrius Flannery CS1, type in Demetrius Flannery CS1. It's in your Safari search, and it's gonna pop up right at the top. A 35-page, 33-page docket with all the docket numbers and everything, so people can't be saying it's fake. For people that want to go to Pace or go wherever and pull it for real, you know what I'm saying, off the internet or from a government site or something, then they could do it because all the CR numbers and all of it is there.
Still, at least said too much gray area. Just don't be involved in things to where you may have to snitch. I agree.
So look. When I just typed that in my phone, bro, see, because I don't want no mistakes about this. Hold on. When I just typed that in my phone, this is what it looked like in my phone, right? This is what it looked like in my phone. When I type it in my phone, this is what it looked like in my phone, right? And then I'm going to click on it. Boom. And when you click on it and enlarge it and click on the actual docket, this is what it looked like.
Okay.
Should we go to that? Should we go to that and check that out ourselves? Huh? Should we do that? Let me check that out. Let me check it out. Let me see. Let me go back and hear what he said to what to look up. Let me see what to look up.
At the top, a 35-page one's CS.
Let me see.
Where can people find this paperwork?
All right, look, this is where you can find the paperwork.
Let's type it in. Let's type it in as he says it.
Type in Tammy Cowan's CS1.
YouTube.
On YouTube. On Safari. Not on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
On Safari. I'm just sending to the actual docket. Nah, forget YouTube. Okay. I'm sending them to the docket. The docket is public information. If you type in Demetrius Flannery CS1, type in Demetrius Flannery CS1. It's in your Safari search, and it's gonna pop up right at the top. A 35-page, 33-page docket.
All right, so I typed it in, and what came up was Meet Tammy Cohen's, the infamous BMF informant. Let's see what comes out of this. Tammy Cohen's made headlines when she became the key witness in the high-profile Black Mafia family trial that led to the conviction of its top leaders. Cohen's, who was romantically involved with one of the BMS founders, Terry Southwest T. Flannery, knew all about the criminal enterprise's operations and was privy to its inner workings. As the star witness for the government, let me see. Star witness for the government, Cohen's testimony helped bring down the notorious drug trafficking organization. Let's highlight this. Tammy Cohen's background. Tammy Cohen's was, I don't want to know all this shit. Tammy Cohen's role in the BMF. Tammy Cohen's testimony was crucial in the BMF trial. She revealed the intricate details of the organization's operations, which included importing thousands of kilograms of cocaine from Mexico and distributing them across the United States. She also implicated Flenory and his brother, Demetrius Big Meech Flenory, in several murders, including the killing of a rival drug trafficker in Atlanta. Cohen's involvement in the BMF enterprise was more than just a romantic relationship. She was actively involved in the drug trafficking activities and had access to the organization's financial records. Moreover, Cohen's testimony was corroborated by other witnesses and supported by extensive wiretap evidence obtained by the FBI. You know what's weird to me? What's weird to me about that is if she is somebody who put the nail in the coffin for Big Meech and his brother, why the fuck would Big Meech help her do anything? Why would he help her and give her information on somebody to put somebody out for and trust her to think that was going to help him get out? See, that's the part to me that's a little odd to me. It's a little odd because Big Meech did not seem like a dumb guy. He didn't seem like somebody who wasn't street savvy or somebody who didn't use his common sense, or he didn't have any type of discernment. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have good intuition. He didn't seem like that type of individual. Regardless of him getting locked up, I think the reason why he did was because niggas started snitching and people got wiretaps. I feel like he was moving in such a smart way that it would have been a very hard way for him to get caught if nobody started talking or being in a position to get him jammed up. So it makes me feel skeptical of the rat stories if this woman that they're talking about helped put these guys away and told all their business to try to save her own ass, only for her to come back around while he was in prison and say, hey, I need your help doing this, and you can give me this information and I could be able to get you out sooner. It's I don't know. I don't know if Big Meech would be dumb enough to put himself in that position knowing what she did to take them down. But hey, I could be wrong. We still don't have the facts behind the situation though. But apparently this is what's going down between Big Meech right now. These are the rumors that are coming out. Apparently she's about to start talking. Tammy Cohen is going to start talking. Once that happens, we are going to be right back here at the GMS show to talk about it and review that. Now, as we move forward, man, I had to talk about Akademiks because he revealed last night on his stream that he lost a lot, pretty much everybody. All his industry friends and streamer friends, all those guys who he said he supported and who he had some sort of relationship with, has all gone cold turkey on him. They have all decided to step away from Ak, and this comes on the brink of the very weird interaction that Akademiks had with a 15-year-old boy on his stream. Now, if you guys don't remember, Akademiks joined in on this kid's stream. His name is Nord. I think that's how you say his name. Young 15-year-old streamer who they decided it was a good idea to conversate with this guy. And one of the guys that was doing it with Akademiks is Tory Lane's manager. And they were on there asking this kid if he wanted to get hooked up with strippers. They were asking if he would, suck penis. They also asked him if he would like to get banged out from the back from another popular streamer by the name of Blackboy Max. Now, this backfired heavily. And I mean, like, it's an understatement that it backfired heavily. It was one for the books because, like I said, and I said this when I first talked about it last week or the week before that, Akademiks is one of those people who feels very confident in his position in life. He feels very secure in the fact that he's one of the top guys when it comes to like media on stream and doing the entertainment side of everything and talking about hip hop and the culture. He feels so solidified that he doesn't think that certain things can happen to him to humble him, so to speak. And when this situation happened, it was very clear that this was different than him getting into it with another rapper. See, Akademiks, he can know the intricacies of somebody's deal, their business, even their money situation when it comes to rappers that want to beef with him. Like anybody that talks about Akademiks and he responds, he be going hard, he be snapping, he be trying to go off. He talk about how he knows the inner workings of this and how their label got to hit him up, or how he can cost these people money and he has the power to do this and power to do that and to do that. He's very comfortable in talking his shit. But see, the tide turned when he wasn't dealing with a rapper. This is when he started to deal with a popular streamer, and these streamers hold more power than you think. They start dictating the culture. They start dictating the music and what people like. These kids, they watch these streamers 24/7. You can go to Kick, you can go to Twitch, go to anywhere. You'll see these guys being online live with thousands and thousands of people watching them at a time, and whatever they like, those people that watch them like it too. Blackboy Max, Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, iShow Speed, Neon. There's like a bunch of different, URL or IRL streamers who have a very large fan base. And Blackboy Max is one of those people who have been coming up and making a solid name for himself out here in the streaming world. He's been doing this shit. He's been succeeding very heavily. These guys make a lot of money. So you can't have a money conversation with them. Act can try to talk about money when it comes to these rappers, but then you talk to a streamer who got just as much, if not way more money than you. You can't have the money conversation, so that's out the window. Then you talk about influence and impact and trying to move the needle. You can't say that to none of these streamers because they dictate what these kids who watch them do and what they like. So you can't have that conversation. You can't have the conversation to come see me because they not going to have the conversation with you because they on a fucking camera looking at the screen just like you are. So it's like you can't really defend. You can't. There's no avenue to go down when it comes to Akademiks in the situation besides holding yourself accountable. So after the shit happened, he tried to crash out. He tried to take the route where I'm just gonna try to talk up my shit and try to act like I'm the the dopest and I don't need these niggas. The next thing you know, it backfired. He trying to call so and so, they ain't answer. He tried to text so and so, they ain't answer. Or these people telling him, hey, I can't fuck with you because of the shit that you did. And it became a very humbling experience for Akademiks, and he voiced that from his own words. It was very humbling how this shit happened. And actually, I'm gonna play this clip for you so you can hear him talk about it himself. Listen up.
Over, he's done. His career is over. Fuck him. Every YouTuber who, I knew about, I tried to either shout out, throw alley-oop. They all turned on me. They said, fuck this nigga. He's the worst. He's out of here. The only people I have is you guys left. So I appreciate, each and every one of y'all. And also, I've realized, just time to work harder. So I appreciate anyone who's still here. Even if you're here and you want to troll, or even if you're here you don't like me, hopefully I could convert you. But after last week, I was like, by the way, and also, this is also, I gotta say this. There are several industry people who have either messaged, I'm gonna be honest with you. This was a very humbling experience over the last week. I take all accountability. But I've also realized that some of these, either what I thought were relationships that I built in whatever, are worthless. I don't want to talk to no one. I only want to talk to the people. I started out in 2010 just talking in a closet to the people. And if they liked it, or if they at least want to engage with it, that was cool. I don't want to play these games with these guys no more. I'm good. So if I haven't returned your text, I have nothing against you, but I don't want to engage anymore for as long as I go with any. There's a few people that I fuck with so much, but I just want to let y'all know, I'm good. I want to just sit here, grind as long as I can, do it till I'm drunk or I pass out. I know how I get down. It's act. If you've been watching me, it's act. But any more, shit. I remember I was telling Drake about fake relationships. I felt like I had fake relationships. I'm good. I'm going to sit here with the people who liked me. I'm going to also take some humbling, because there's some times I've definitely been big-headed a bit, you know what I mean? But in terms of trying to these other creators, I'm good. I don't want to talk about y'all negatively or positively. I just want to do me. I just want to say that while we do have some people here, and I looked up and I was like, whoa, you got 18,000 people here? Like, whoa, that's crazy.
Now, I will say it does take a certain amount of humility to understand or to acknowledge the fact that you have been big-headed, and that it does take being a man and somebody who is able to take accountability to say, hey, this was a humbling experience. So I respect that from him, because some people, they like to double down. They don't like to look stupid, or they don't like to be embarrassed, or they don't like to be humbled. So I got to give him that. But at the same time, this is the consequences of your actions. I don't know how anybody in that situation would have did the things that he did and said what he said to that young boy and think that nobody was going to be up in arms about it. Like, and then given the fact that you spent well over half a year talking about in defending Drake, and you know the the things that were surrounding Drake's name, and one of in the biggest song of the entire year being a song calling him a PDF file, you should have been very aware of the situation. You should have known, regardless of where your heart was or your intentions of what you were doing. Because I don't come on, man. I don't think that he was trying to groom that kid. I don't think that he was trying to be weird as far as like trying to groom the kid to try to be on some sexual shit. I think he was just trying to be funny. I thought he was trying to be on some, we on stream, we trying to be entertaining, we trying to talk to a 15-year-old kid, make him uncomfortable or whatever the case may be. Regardless, there's no excuse for it. He made the wrong decision. Like I said in the last time I spoke about this, as soon as the kid made this is why being aware of your situation and having common sense about certain situations and always keeping certain things in mind is important. Because as soon as that kid said, "I'm 15, bro, you trying to get us on a case," I would have shut the fuck up. I would have immediately switched the conversation. The kid had to say multiple times that he was 15 and that it was wrong for them niggas, and they still was going. That's what I don't think they understand. That's what made it look crazy. And then you have to ask yourself, for the people that defended it, because of course people love to defend their favorites or try to defend certain things because that's who they are. Let's talk about that. Certain niggas be defending certain shit because in real life, behind the scenes, they be on some weird, creepy shit. For anybody that's defending that, you got to ask yourself, if you had a son or if you had a daughter and they were trying to be a young streamer, they're 14, 15 years old, they on the internet, and then some grown well over 30-year-old men join in on the chat trying to ask them if they want to suck dick or if they want to take it from the back or they want this person to, and just engaging in sexual conversation. How would you feel? What up, Glow? How would you feel about that? How would y'all feel if that was happening to your children or your nieces or nephews or your brothers or sisters? Like, how would you feel if that was happening to somebody that you knew and who you were close with? You would feel very weird about that, especially as a man with a son. For a lot of niggas out here that be always talking about, oh man, they trying to convert the kids, or they putting this weird shit on TV, and they putting all this stuff, they trying to put the rainbow community, and they trying to push them on our kids. The same niggas trying to defend what Ak was saying to a 15-year-old boy, but y'all niggas would look crazy if some shit like that was happening to somebody that you know and love. Still Elise said, hold on, let me go up top. Glittery Bubble said, sobering experience. The wind is completely out of his sails. He's about to cry. Shout out to Heroic Dose. I see you, fam. Justin Furlow said, I feel no sympathy. Go cry in the corner. Still Elise said, the drinking don't help. You really want to change, get rid of the thing that has you tripping, which is drinking. I do agree with that. Akademiks is a alcoholic, and he does not hide it. And he uses it as a way to, I think he uses it as a way to cope with a lot of things that are going on in his life. Because there is so much pressure. You know, when things happen in these situations, a lot of things come from these. Like that you lose people in your life, you lose connections, you can lose brand deals, you can lose a lot of things when it comes to your decisions on the internet, when you do certain things. And a lot of the ways people cope with that shit is with alcohol or drugs. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't make it any better when you have to go on the internet and see it. Like, you know, he turned off his comments on Twitter so that people can stop putting that he was grooming and putting like PDF file under his shit and, you know, saying that he was a weird guy or saying that he was doing, you know, and that's to be honest, that's to stop looking at certain stuff like that to protect your own mental. I get it, but that's also the consequences to your actions, sir. And he should have just knew better. That's all I'm saying. He should have knew better. Akademiks also has, you know, been the type of person to call out things that call out things like this. You know, he had a friend, if y'all remember, Lil Boom, who got into a weird situation where he lied about doing certain things. He was caught on tape doing this and that. The tape came out and showed what he was doing. It got really weird. And you already have, like, you've already had people around you like that. You've already had these things come up in your life. You have to be aware when you do certain things, man, especially when you develop a huge platform that garnishes a lot of people and a lot of attention, and you get paid handsomely from it. You gotta be careful about some of the things that you put out there and some of the things that you do. You know what I'm saying? And there should always be no excuse around doing some weird shit, man. Take accountability for it, or else you're gonna look like that type of weird person. Glittery Bubble said they must have taken a lot of money from him to sound like this. Shit, I don't know. He got banned from Twitch. That's another outlet to make money, so I know he does numbers on Twitch as well. That's a nice little bag. You know, he had deals with certain people. I don't know if he lost certain deals. Who knows if he'll even talk about it. Maybe, we'll see. Hitman said, not if it's a PR stunt. He don't really care. It's just a shame of the situation. People found out, that's all. He's a bad person and a narcissist, even if he wasn't grooming. CDTB said, what grown man is talking to a 15-year-old stranger anyway? All around sus. I said that, man, and people were trying to, like, I got into a large back and forth on my social media page with somebody trying to defend Drake's actions. And I just want to say, anybody that will bring up the age of consent, that's your first sign that somebody might be too young for you. If you have to look up the age of consent before you talk to a girl or before you try to engage with a female, she might be too young for you, bro. There's no point to do that. And you're in your 30s or you're in your high 20s and you're trying to search the age of consent. Like, if you search the age of consent before you meet a girl and simply ask her her age, you look like a weirdo. What are you looking up the age of consent for? The age of consent in Colorado was 17 and Drake was 22. Just watch the video. He felt weird about it. Or I wouldn't say he felt weird about it because he went on to do some questionable things, but clearly he knew that there was an issue, a societal issue with bringing on a girl that says she was 17 and you're a grown adult in your 20s. Like, that's the funny part. A lot. This is what I want to use this for, because I've heard this so much over the years. It was a regular thing. Imagine a girl in high school that trust me, I know a lot of you niggas in the chat can vouch for this, men and women. How many girls that you seen in high school, whether they were juniors or seniors in high school, getting picked up by the nigga that's been out of high school for the last 4 years? The nigga been graduated, but he keep popping up at the school to pick up the one bitch that's a senior who's 17 or 16 even. They ain't even cracked 18 in school yet. You a senior. How many of y'all seen that type of shit? I feel like it's the same aura. Drake, 22 years old, you talking to a 17-year-old high schooler who might be a senior in high school. Why are you trying to engage further in it? You had every option to say, okay, I get it. You 17. I respectfully thank you for being a fan. Give her a hug. Nice to meet you. We're going to have to get somebody up here who is of age. They talking about age of consent. Do you think Drake looked at the age of consent when he got there? So do you think he knew that 17 was the age of consent? No. I'm going to take an educated guess and assume that he didn't know. So in his mind, he wasn't thinking, oh, well, the age of consent is 17. Let me go ahead and try to give this girl multiple kisses on her cheek and on her lips and hug her and say that her titties feel nice on my chest. This is just, you have to understand the optics around it. And then when the girl says that there was no problem, it doesn't matter if she said it wasn't no problem. You have to look at the nigga whose intentions it was to do what he did. And then the same person I'm having an argument with, I'm like, okay, that's cool. You can talk about the age of consent, do whatever, be a weirdo in that sense. But what sense does it make for a man who is 33 or 30 some years old to have some type of friendship with a underage girl who is 14, 15 years old? Answer that. Do you want to know what his reply was? It's not against the law to have friendships with underage people. I said, nigga, what? Are you kidding me? That's your response to that? It's not illegal to have a friendship with somebody underage? And he started talking about mentors. Oh, so-and-so was a mentor to this person. Oh, you talking about an actor who was a mentor to another actor. He tried to bring up Ice Cube and Keke Palmer. I said, nigga, they did a movie together. Yes, Ice Cube is a rapper, but he's also a seasoned actor. What wouldn't he want to tell a young Keke Palmer that he couldn't tell her when it comes to movies and film and acting? The least he can do is be her mentor if he's sitting there playing a mentor to her in a fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no correlation to that. You can't lump the two together. Ice Cube is in a movie with Keke Palmer. They're playing the two leading roles. Of course he's going to be a mentor. It's not weird. Then he brought up another example of somebody else. Well, so-and-so, he's like, well, he was like, I have a daughter and I have nieces and I talk to them about, certain things because these boys ain't shit. Nigga, they're your family. These people are growing up with you. It's your daughter, it's your nieces. These are family. It's your duty to talk to them, nigga. You're supposed to talk to them about that. You're supposed to give them advice on boys. You're supposed to let them know what to watch for. They're your family. You're supposed to look out for the young women in your family. You have to. It's a need. But let me ask you this question. Is it a necessity for Drake to reach out to a girl, a young 14, 15-year-old Millie Bobby Brown, to try to give her boy advice? The girl already has a father. What does she need Drizzy Drake for? A man that has no ties to you, didn't come up with you, didn't know your family, didn't grow up with your father or your mother, don't know nobody. He just saw you because you're a famous actress on a very hit TV show and decided, hey, I want to reach out and become her friend and start talking to her and giving her boy advice. What would 30-something-year-old Drake relate to 14-year-old boys with? What can he relate to this new generation of boys? What could he tell Millie Bobby Brown that her father can't tell her, or that other dudes around other friends of hers can't? Like, what would be the motive behind that? Oh, well, Millie said it wasn't a problem. She said nothing happened, nothing weird happened. Her parents said nothing weird happened. That's fine, but what was this nigga's intention? Why did he even want to have a friendship with a 14, 15-year-old girl at the tender age of 30-something, nigga? Let's talk about it. But y'all don't want to discuss that. I get it. You want to give the nigga the benefit of the doubt, because that's your favorite artist and he made songs that you could cry to. Niggas be revisiting their tears listening to Take Care, and they be like, no, Drake could not be a weirdo. That never happens. He's such a great artist. Tell that to R. Kelly. Now, I'm not going to say that R. Kelly and Drake are the same people, okay? I'm just saying, I'm talking about in the talent sense. A lot of people love R. Kelly's music still to this day. He's one of the most talented R&B artists of all time. R. Kelly is a beast when it comes to music. Hands down. No debate. I don't care if you hate the nigga. There's no debate in that subject. But also, he was a weird nigga. So it's like two things can be true. Marcus Carter said, and that movie was about mentorship. Exactly. The nigga brought up the worst examples of all time. Jimmy in the wheelchair. Glittery said, Drake would tell little boys, I was one of those let me get a hug ass niggas in school too. But so now we know what happened at the Grammys. There was a lot of things that took place. Kendrick won 5 awards. When it came to Not Like Us, you saw the head of the label, Lucien Grange, high-fiving Dr. Dre and giving him a hug when Kendrick won. And Dr. Dre coming off the brink of an interview talking about how Drake got what he deserved. You see this type of shit going on, and mind you, Drake is on UMG too, but he has an active lawsuit against his own label. And I have to ask people, what do y'all think? Like, has this been a plan all along by UMG to get Drake up out the paint? Have they been conspiring against this man? The way that they've been acting, like it's an active lawsuit going on, but Lucian Grange was at the Grammys acting like he didn't give a fuck. He was standing up, dancing not like us, high-fiving niggas. Yeah, get that nigga out of here. And he's on your label. It looks crazy. And on the brink of this, Drake just started his tour and started off his first show in Australia. And this was his ending statements at the end of his show. Listen up.
In case you didn't know what you were coming to tonight, my name is Drake. I started doing music in 2008. I come all the way from Toronto, Canada. The year is now 2025. And no matter what, Drizzy Drake is very much alive, and that's all thanks to you. I want to thank you for the love tonight, Kurt. I want to promise you I will never wait this long to come back again. I swear to God, I love this place. My new album, A Party Next Door, comes out on February 14th. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed yourself tonight. I hope you get home safe. Make sure you take care of each and every one of each other. If you see somebody that needs help on your way out of here, make sure you help them out. Make sure you look out for each other. Make sure you take care of each other even when we leave Australia. I want you to start looking after each other in life. There's too many weird things going on out here. So make sure you take care of each other so that when I come back in like a year or two, I want to see all these same faces in this building. I love y'all. Thank you.
He said there's too many weird things going on out there right now. Would he feel the same if he won the battle? I don't think so. I think one of the GOATs is now realizing that he's not immortal. And that he realized that there's nothing bigger than the industry. And when they want to see you gone, or when they want to deplete you, and they want to discredit you, and they want to spread a narrative, or if they want to take you down, they have the plans, the funds, and the power to do so. Nobody, I don't care how big you are, like I said, the best example that anybody can use in this world is Michael Jackson. It doesn't matter who you are. When the business involved, when the money's getting fucked up, when motherfuckers feel like you trying to get more power than them, they will get you up out the paint. Now, does this mean that Drake is going to fall off as an artist? Maybe numbers wise. But I mean, we all know numbers are inflated. We all know that numbers get pumped by the label. We know that those numbers things really don't matter. It's really the impact that somebody has on the people. And Drake has an impact on the people. So he's never going to lose his core fan base. He's never going to lose his cult fan base. He's never going to not sell out a show. He's not, you know what I'm saying? It's all, he has solidified himself so much that he doesn't need a label. And now you start thinking about all the things Kanye was saying and how everybody was trying to write him off or call him crazy, but only those certain people were like, nah, he's saying something. He may not have delivered the message the way you wanted him to deliver it, but nonetheless, the message was there. And Kanye being an independent person, it has been more lucrative to him than being on a label or part of any machine. Kanye has a cult fan base. Kanye has his core. Kanye could pop up in a random city tomorrow and open up an arena and it will fill up in less than 2 hours. When you have that type of power, when you have that kind of pull, nothing can really break you, especially if you're somebody that needs to survive out here. So, I mean, Drake's going to be fine. This is something that did, I believe, tarnish his reputation and his stardom, if you will, his notoriety amongst just the masses and the public and the people that watch everything that's going on. The way that he has been moving, people, I mean, it is. I mean, it is what it is. I can't really say much on that end because I just, you know, I'm starting to feel bad for the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to feel bad for him the way I was feeling bad for Meek. And then you go back to see certain things that was said, like, you know, he was taunting Kendrick to drop, and he was saying, oh, if you know it's good, like all this other shit, just basically trying to act like, you know, he already won, or that it was going to be a landslide victory for him because he's Drake, and nobody want to hear that Hotep black empowerment shit. They try to discredit a lot. The nigga said you was rapping like he was trying to get the slaves free. All this shit backfired. All of it. We sat back and fed you the information. You fed them the information, but you suing for defamation. It's everything is, the optics is crazy. You look crazy, man. And I feel like Drake should just focus on being Drake and his career, his fans, and just don't engage in any rap beef anytime soon, man. If you know what's good for you, don't try to reignite anything. Don't try to throw no subliminals. I don't even think Kendrick would respond to a subliminal, even if he did do it. Kendrick's like, I done kicked you back in enough, man. Yeah, you can go ahead and throw those subliminals. Do your IG trolling. Do all that shit you got to do, man. I ain't worried about it. CDTB said Kendrick had on a denim jacket and denim pants when he accepted his award, which is called a Canadian tuxedo. Brilliant. True Monger, he said, good thing I'm not in his fan base. Glittery Bubble said, build him up to break him all the way down. Drake learned that you can't ride the machine forever. You got to springboard off of it at some point. Just like the military, they will blow all kinds of money to get the state of the art infrastructure to the war zone. But when it's time to go, they're tearing up everything on their way out. Look at Afghanistan. I was going to play this video, but I'm kind of pressed for time. We're not going to go through this. It's him talking. It's Akademiks talking about UMG, but I don't really care about talking about UMG. I'm gonna do a couple things on the likes list, and then we gonna move up out of here, man, because I got to take care of some business today. But on the subject of Drake and on the subject of Kanye as well, bringing up Kanye and the way that he spoke, and he actually spoke recently. Now, as you all know, Drake and Kanye have beef. They squashed it, got together, did a concert, then right after beefed again. It was like the fakest shit I ever seen in my life. They got together, did some shit. They were like, oh yeah, you know, the beef is squashed. I love this guy. And then like within a week, it was back to, oh, fuck Drake. You know what I'm saying? So clearly he has a hate for Drake. And this is what Kanye had to say regarding the Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah, for me, it's like, or at least took him down for a little bit. You know, superhero films, like maybe it's like one of the characters, Wolverine or something, just goes away for a couple films and stuff. I'm like, damn, man, it's like, it was really challenging for me to make Father Stretch My Hands and different things, and they at work, you know, like top 5 song ever created in life, you know. I'm like, you know, so doing the draw, bringing Metro on. And
so Kendrick killed Drake, he's dead.
Yeah, for now. You know, you can't ever count out Steph Curry, so that man might hit 200 points in one, you know, song or something. You know what it was? Like Kendrick, bro, like look at the Tyler, the Creator, freestyle that he did. Like I'm that guy, right? We have to, you know, Drake added something to the algorithm, to our frequency. He advances, Future advances, and our Kendrick is now advancing frequency. So you have to, you know, it's like when Twisted came out, there was rappers that didn't learn, right? But then Jay-Z learned, he did That Your Bitch, he could do it. If you don't really learn as just a professional rapper, as a sport, what Kendrick is doing, you might be wiped. Yeah. You might be wiped out.
Just like Lord Jamar and Professor Dave, Drake was not prepared with his opponent, and this was the outcome of it. Ye talking about that, you know, Drake got destroyed for him, like he called him his nemesis. You know what I'm saying? It's like an art form to this, the art of destruction. And I think that Kendrick played it well, and he played it so well because also a lot of people are forgetting one of the main components in why Kendrick is winning so much. He hasn't gone on the internet to throw subliminals. He hasn't done interviews or gone on people's streams to talk and throw little slight shots and try to. He literally has only put out the music, did his little Super Bowl commercials, and kept it moving. Went on stage, accepted his Grammy, shouted out his people, paid homage to his city, and kept it moving. I think he's really displaying what it is to keep it music and to keep it hip hop. Keep it with the culture. And when you do that, you're going to inevitably keep the culture with you. It doesn't matter how many Drake fans there are. They can't discredit that man. A lot of people, like, it's gotten so bad to the point where people are trying to now rewrite history. Oh, if he wasn't dissing Drake, we wouldn't be talking about him. Oh, we're talking about the person that already has won 17 Grammys prior to this. Or we're talking about the guy who already was having arena tours, selling out arenas on tour. Like, we're talking about one of the biggest artists of our generation. Y'all talking about him. We wouldn't be talking about. He didn't have to even diss Drake. He could have just put out another album and niggas would have been talking about it. Because it's Kendrick Lamar. Y'all trying to rewrite history. Because y'all mad that a nigga lost a battle. And I've been keeping it about the battle, man. I'm not so invested in this shit. Like, I make comments and I reply to certain things that be going on, but it's because I see the hypocrisy and I see how people trying to rewrite history when it comes to Kendrick and trying to discredit him as an artist and the impact that he's had. And to me, it's just delusional and it's intentional because people want that to be the truth because their favorite artist lost a battle. Plain and simple. But Kendrick deserved those awards, man. Kendrick deserves all the accolades that he can get. And he's a great artist. Same with Drake. Drake is a great artist. He deserves all the accolades. He deserves all the plaques. He deserves everything that he has accomplished in his career because he worked hard for it. I'm never going to discredit Drake and his impact on music and in the culture and the things that he's done and how hard he's worked to bring himself to that point, regardless if he had the machine behind him or not. You still got to put in the work. And he produces quality music. But we cannot allow these toxic fans to try to rewrite history. They can't. It's impossible. Just like there's the Drake fans, there's Kendrick fans who combat everything that is said. So it's like you guys are just, you guys are in one big glass house throwing rocks. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in a glass mansion throwing rocks. Kendrick fans and Drake fans just in there going head to head over nothing. Two niggas that's going to continue to succeed in their careers, basically. So shout out to both of them brothers, man. Now, before we get out of here, we also got to mention this, man. Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, the man that was putting the dick down on Larsa Pippen, was just arrested and booked in the Orange County Jail for DUI, cocaine possession, and resisting arrest. Oh, my God. Now, there was a video or pictures gone viral some months back showing Marcus on vacation with what seemed to be a vial and a nice little tiny spoon that he was using to what appeared to be booger sugar. It wasn't confirmed, but it was very clear because a lot of coke heads saw the picture and was like, yup, that nigga doing coke. So we had to take their word for it, you know what I'm saying? And he was just booked on DUI, cocaine possession. It just doesn't look good, man. This guy has had a very weird past few years. You date somebody who virtually was your uncle at one point. You start dating his ex-wife and the mother of his children. You start dicking her down. Then you get pictures of you out with cocaine and just moving around like like you're not somebody who's supposed to uphold some type of respect for yourself and the name that you hold on to. But also you got to ask yourself, what has this man been through to why he has to act this way? What has he been through, man? Maybe we shouldn't put so much on him. Maybe he has went through some shit. Maybe he's not as close with his father as we thought he was. Maybe him and his relationship with his family or his father is estranged to the point where he feels like all he can do is lash out and be somebody in the public eye who is just shameful. I mean, look at him. How did he end up this way? What went through Marcus Jordan's mind and his brain when he decided to do the things that he did, without a care in the world of the consequences that could come from it? You are Michael Jordan's son riding around drunk with cocaine in your pocket and resisting arrest. Now Mike can't go outside without somebody asking him about his dumbass son. You don't think about shit like that. Niggas don't think about no stupid ass shit like that. If you hold on to my name and anything that you do is attached to me, you gonna have to move accordingly, my nigga. Life is just different for you at this point. I don't care what I want to live normally. There's nothing about living normally when it comes to getting DUIs and possessing cocaine, my nigga. This don't make no sense, man. Either way, I hope things work out, man. I hope you change your life around and do something better with your time and your life, man, because you got so many resources handed to you. You have life handed to you in a certain way, man. The least you can do is try to be the best version of yourself, man. Regardless of the things that you have been through, try to be the best version of yourself. Never end up like a Marcus Jordan, man. Somebody also made a dumbass comment. They said, this means LeBron's the GOAT in quotation marks. And then he said, whole time LeBron's kid could have turned out like this too if he didn't force him into the league. Jordan's a real man. Let his son be his own man. That is the dumbest, most stupid, most idiotic comment I ever seen in my life by somebody who clearly just hates LeBron. Like, when people hate somebody, they will literally say the dumbest shit in the fucking world because they don't like them, and they think that it's justifiable because they don't like the guy. They think that they're making a point when in reality they're making themselves look like a fucking idiot. What do you mean whole time? Clearly somebody's father wasn't in their life to help lead them in the right position in life. I ain't got no time. If I'm LeBron and I see how other niggas are ending up, I ain't got no space, no room, no time to lack when it comes to me being a father. LeBron did exactly what he was supposed to do. Put your kids in position to succeed. Whether you talented at ball or not. This nigga definitely didn't have the talent that his father possessed, but he could have did something different with his life. He was afforded the ability to do something. Hey, I can hit my dad up, and who is this multi-millionaire, billionaire, and say, hey, I got these ideas. I want to start doing this. I want to get involved with the Jordan brand, one of the biggest brands in the fucking world. Do something, nigga. Do something other than using money to buy cocaine, fuck bitches, and drive drunk. Come on, bruh. Oh my God, don't make no sense, man. Now, GMS fam, the Green Room, it's been a dope show. I appreciate everybody that's pulled up today. I appreciate every single one of you. I do. Ooh, hit that like button on the way out, man. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Shout out to Sean Mims for the $4.99 in the super chat. Also for the $15 in the Cash App. I appreciate everybody who supports, man. I'm telling y'all right now, we still building this platform. We still building the GMS show. So I want y'all to be able to be here and support the ways that y'all can support. You can support by hitting the like button, participating in the live chat, which y'all showed up expeditiously today. I appreciate you. Be in that comment section. Share the live as well. Share it to your people. Also, if you want to donate in more major ways, you can do it via super chat, or you can hit me on my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever it is. That is in the description below, man. So I appreciate every single one of y'all for showing up and showing love. We finna get up out of here, so make sure you put a GMS in the comment section right now. I'm gonna shout y'all out, man. Put a GMS in the chat. Shout out where you from as well, man. What city are you tuning in from? We gonna shout y'all out on the way. Y'all. Hey. Hey, shout out to Promico. Shout out to Marcus Carter tuning in from Houston. Vale from Vallejo, California. Shout out to my California family. It was a big win for the West during the Grammys, man. Glittery Bubbles in the building, calling in or tuning in from West Palm Beach. Glow is in the building from Jersey. Shout out my Jersey family. Speaking of Jersey, I can't wait to hear the new Joe Budden podcast, man. They gonna have to talk about that Imani situation. That shit was so fun. You can't show me grace. Gave that nigga a one-piece biscuit. He was discombobulated. His glasses flew into the next dimension. This motherfucker didn't know what to do. This nigga grabbed on to Queen's Flip taco meat, and then he got thrown to the ground and shit. The nigga was fucked up. His flabbers were gasted. Don't fuck with Imani. He does not, you don't need to show him no grace. Shout out to Heroic Dose from the DMV. Free Thinker in the building, man, from Omaha, Nebraska. Yes, sir. It's Black History Month, man. All the love and respect to Malcolm X. Rest in peace. I sound like a DJ. Hey, shout out to Malcolm X. It's Black History Month. Shout out to all my black people. King Lukey in the building. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. It's been a dope show as always, man. GMS fam, the Green Room. I will see y'all tomorrow. Don't you miss it. We're gonna be up early with it. Alright? One love. Go do something, man. Go out there and get it, man. If you got plans to do something to better your life, go ahead and get it started, man. Don't just make it a plot. Put action to it, baby. We gonna do it together. GMS fam, the Green Room. It's been real. Smoke something if you got it. Smoke one for me. Smoke one for GMS, baby. One love, baby. GMS fam, the Green Room. We out.